They said I died. They said I was gay. They said Jay-Z was my dad. Celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, bullshit sometimes. And
if there's one thing 50 Cent has taught us this year, it's that nobody is hating hard enough. Diddy is probably regretting every second he ever crossed paths with 50's baby mama. 50 has been on Diddy's case for years, and trust me, he's not letting up anytime soon. Rumor has it, part 2 of his Netflix documentary is on the way, and it's set to drop some serious heat. Word on the street, it'll allegedly feature exclusive footage of male celebs who got played by Diddy, and Bryshere Gray might just be one of them. He's supposedly ready to spill everything about what Diddy and even Will Smith allegedly did to him. Now, most people know 50 Cent finally dropped his long-awaited Diddy doc, and wow, the reactions are wild. Some fans are all the way here for it, soaking up the chaos, while others are clapping back, claiming 50 only made it to get revenge on Diddy for his past mess with Daphne Joy. Drama, secrets, and revenge. This one's stirring up the internet like never before.
And then one day, I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, Will raped me. Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea.
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make it was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose.
Now, I'm not here to dig into the why behind this documentary. That part honestly doesn't matter. What matters is that it gave a platform to all the Diddy victims, especially the men he allegedly played, to finally spill the tea. And trust me, they did not hold back. The first man to come forward was music producer Lil Rod. Most of you already know his name because before this documentary, he had sued Diddy over alleged abuse, and that case still hasn't gone to trial. But in the doc, he went way deeper, dropping details nobody had heard before. Lil Rod said Diddy invited him to Miami to work on his Love album, but the moment he got there, it was nothing but wild parties and non-stop chaos. He revealed that sometimes he would wake up after these nights with a random woman in the bed, and other times it was Diddy lying next to him with barely any clothes on. The way Lil Rod described it, Miami wasn't a studio. It was a trap, a non-stop freak show that left him stunned and speechless. And the worst part, Lil Rod said he would wake up confused, hurting, and with almost no memory of what had gone down the night before. At the time, he couldn't understand why his body felt this way after those wild Miami nights.
A lot of things that happened to me, I just don't even want to speak on, you know what I'm saying? Some days, those girls next to me woke up. Some days, he was in the bed. I would wake up feeling sore, still not understanding exactly what's, transpiring. But this is me starting to understand that I was pretty often. I tried to confide in KK, Christina, that's Puff's chief of staff. And I thought it would be more, understood if I took it to someone who...
But after years of reflecting and putting the pieces together, he realized the shocking truth. Diddy was allegedly taking advantage of him while he was out of it, leaving him powerless and shaken. The way Lil Rod described it, those nights were a nightmare he couldn't escape. The crazy part, even after all the back-to-back abuse, Lil Rod stayed with Diddy for a few more months. And mind you, Diddy was allegedly crossing boundaries the entire time. Now, I'm not here to question him. At the end of the day, he's the victim in all this. But let's be real, not everyone was that sympathetic. People out there were talking, saying he stayed because he actually enjoyed the perks and the flashy lifestyle that comes with being tied to someone like Diddy. And just to be clear, those are not my words. This is exactly what the gossip and critics were saying. The drama around this is next level, and it's only getting hotter. Before we even dive into the other victims, fans have been begging 50 Cent for a part 2 of this documentary.
Video is in protest of bull. Speaking about this nigga Lil Rod in particular, I don't give a how much money a nigga got, how powerful he is. If I'm working with you, son, and I wake up with a sore ass, son, it's lit. If you're a heterosexual male and another man does something to you that you did not approve of, you either gotta do something about it.
This time including Bryshere Gray. Rumor has it Diddy played a huge role in Bryshere's downfall, and people are dying to know the truth. If you don't know, this story started with Jaguar Wright, who has been dropping multiple receipts to back up her claims. So here's the tea. Bryshere was introduced to Diddy and Will Smith by his manager at the time, Charlie Mack, under the guise of mentorship. Supposedly, Diddy was going to guide him in music and Will would help him with acting. But according to Jaguar, it was never really about mentorship. They were allegedly way more interested in using him for freaky antics than actually helping his career. The whole situation sounds insane, and it's clear Bryshere's story could shake up the industry if it ever comes out in full. What's even crazier? Terrence Howard, Bryshere's co-star on Empire, actually came forward and seemed to confirm what Jaguar Wright was saying. And just when you thought this story couldn't get any messier, Jaguar returned with even more explosive details about what Diddy and Will allegedly put Bryshere through. But wait, it gets wilder. This time, she dragged Bryshere's mom into the drama, claiming Andrea knew exactly what was happening to her son, but allegedly allowed it to happen anyway because she was getting paid.
Screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills. Bryshere Gray. Left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Can you imagine? The whole situation is like a real-life Hollywood nightmare, and people are losing their minds over it. Jaguar also claimed that after Cassie's lawsuit went public, Bryshere was preparing to file his own massive lawsuit against Diddy, reportedly for $50 million. According to her, Diddy allegedly got wind of it early and pressured him to drop it before it ever became public. That part alone had people stunned because it suggested there was way more happening behind closed doors than anyone realized. Now, when it comes to the lawsuit Jaguar was talking about, many believe she was referring to a $50 million case against both Diddy and Will that Bryshere was rumored to be working on at the time. This lawsuit was first hinted at through a blind item that read, "I suspect the soon-to-step-forward male victim of sexual assault by this A-list mogul will not be the last man to do so. Sean Diddy Combs." Once that resurfaced, the internet went into overdrive. As all of this came back into the spotlight, people started turning on 50 Cent for not including Bryshere in the documentary. Many felt Bryshere has been ignored throughout this entire Diddy situation.
Somebody doing something for wanting to gain something, when you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and p***ed out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
And they believe it's long overdue for his story to be taken seriously. Critics started saying no one should ever feel pressured to sacrifice their dignity or safety just to survive in the industry, and they blamed powerful figures for creating that environment. Things took an even darker turn after the documentary dropped. A video went viral showing Bryshere visibly emotional after police were reportedly called to his home over concerns for his well-being. People believe the documentary triggered him emotionally, reopening wounds that were never healed. The moment shook viewers and sparked serious conversations about the long-term damage these situations can cause. Anyway, back to the documentary. 50 Cent didn't just focus on the men. He brought in some of Diddy's female victims too, including Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane.
Kick you in your pussy and then I'm gonna go to work North Philly style. Fuck you. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You can see
Aubrey has been speaking out about her experiences with Diddy long before any of this blew up, so it wasn't shocking to see her show up. But just like Lil Rod, she dropped some new jaw-dropping details that had everyone shook. She revealed that she read an affidavit from a witness who claimed they saw Diddy allegedly saying her name while she was unconscious. Aubrey said she has no memory of this moment, and honestly, she's grateful she doesn't remember. But according to the witness, they are 100% sure it was Aubrey they saw being targeted. On top of that, Aubrey exposed shocking emails Diddy allegedly sent her when she was under 18, where he expressed a desire to get close to her. The documentary showed that the web of abuse was far wider than anyone realized, and her testimony sent waves through the internet.
To help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago safe to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed.
Diddy is still a long way from redemption, and if the rumors are true that 50 Cent will feature Bryshere Gray in season 2 of this documentary, it could be the final nail in the coffin for him. As always, people had their opinions. One person said, "This has to stop. This young man is being violated right in front of our eyes, and nobody is helping. Where is his mentor, Will Smith?" Another added, "This kid needs a break. These young people get into the industry with no support, no real love, no loyalty, just all about the money. When that's gone, they're gone. Sad. I pray he finds someone who actually cares and can show him a better direction." Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about 50 Cent allegedly making a documentary about Bryshere Gray? And do you really think Bryshere was targeted by Diddy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the hottest celebrity scandals.